It was precisely because of that mechanical, emotionless voice that Ye Ling was lost in thought for quite a while. Suddenly snapping back to reality, Ye Ling couldn't suppress the wild joy on his face. Ye Ling, Chen Zhi, who had been standing beside him, shook Ye Ling vigorously. Ye Ling, now fully alert, was startled and quickly reined in his excitement. He turned to Chen Zhi, puzzled. Chen Zhi, what did you just say? Sorry, I was a bit distracted. Hearing this, Chen Zhi showed a speechless expression. So, everything he had just said, Ye Ling hadn't heard a word of it. I said, sigh. Never mind, it's nothing. Just make sure to work hard these next few days and see if you can get into a low-level Spirit Tamer Academy. Chen Zhi sighed deeply as he spoke. He knew that Ye Ling's spiritual pet was a zombie, slow-moving and incapable of evolving. Chen Zhi thought Ye Ling's distraction was due to the blow of receiving such a spiritual pet. Assuming he hadn't recovered from the shock, keep at it. Chen Zhi patted Ye Ling's shoulder firmly, encouraging him. Ye Ling nodded without saying much. Right now, he was more concerned about his system, but in this public setting, he wasn't sure if activating the system would cause any unusual phenomena, so he decided to wait until he got home. Don't worry, my goal isn't just a low-level Spirit Tamer Academy. Now that he had a system, even though he didn't know what it could do yet, a mere low-level Spirit Tamer Academy was far from satisfying Ye Ling. Chen Zhi was slightly taken aback but didn't think much of it, assuming Ye Ling was just confident, which he considered a good thing. Of course, he didn't take Ye Ling's words too seriously. With Ye Ling's zombie spiritual pet, even getting into a low-level Spirit Tamer Academy was a huge challenge. Hahaha, did you guys just hear Ye Ling? His goal isn't a low-level Spirit Tamer Academy. Hahaha. At that moment, an extremely arrogant laugh came from the side. The laugh and the slightly harsh words made both Ye Ling and Chen Zhi frown. Turning their heads, they saw a well-dressed boy who clearly came from a powerful family, with an arrogant look on his face. Ye Ling was no stranger to this person. His name was Liu Wu, and he came from a good family background. The Liu family was a second-tier family in Skaishan City, with their strongest patriarch being a 5th-rank Spirit Tamer. Although a 5th-rank Spirit Tamer didn't sound very impressive, in Skaishan City, it was quite formidable. After all, Skaishan City wasn't a big city, barely qualifying as a medium-sized city. Even the city's strongest lord was only a 7th-rank Spirit Tamer. The city's most powerful combatant, Skaishan City had 3 first-tier families and 5 second-tier families, with many more families below that. To be considered a first-tier family, the strongest member had to be at least 6th rank, while second-tier families were 5th rank. Thus, the Liu family's influence in Skaishan City was indeed significant. This was why Liu Wu could be so arrogant in class. As long as he didn't provoke the children of the first-tier families, he could pretty much do as he pleased among the students. In this class, there were no children from first-tier families, so Liu Wu could act with impunity. Liu Wu, from the Liu family, naturally didn't get his first spiritual pet from the school but from his family. This was the advantage of being from a prestigious family. Not only did they have superior living conditions, but they could also obtain more powerful spiritual pets. Their starting line was far ahead of commoners. Because of this, Liu Wu was used to being arrogant and looked down on his classmates, especially the commoners. Ye Ling was no exception and was often mocked by Liu Wu. Moreover, although Ye Ling was a commoner, he was somewhat handsome and had a certain aura, which made Liu Wu, who considered himself excellent, disliked him even more, especially after Ye Ling received a zombie spiritual pet. Liu Wu found even more reasons to mock him. Ye Ling, do you really think your useless zombie can get you into a Spirit Tamer Academy? Forget about it. I bet you can't even get into a low-level Spirit Tamer Academy, right? Ha ha ha. Liu Wu was openly disdainful of Ye Ling's earlier words, mocking him right to his face. To Liu Wu, Ye Ling was just an ordinary commoner with no real abilities. Getting a spiritual pet that was nothing but a useless zombie clearly indicated that Ye Ling would at best be an ordinary person in the future. Such a person was someone Liu Wu could bully as he pleased, and he always felt a sense of superiority in front of Ye Ling. Before Ye Ling could say anything, Chen Zhi, standing beside him, couldn't hold back and was about to step forward. But before he could, Ye Ling grabbed his arm in time. Chen Zhi, filled with righteous indignation, had to stop and turn to Ye Ling, puzzled. He didn't understand why Ye Ling would stop him when he was trying to help.